Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of Redo of Healer. So, last episode we got to know the main character Keyaru a little bit more, understand what he went through. I am glad that the anime did properly show what happened to him, censorship and all. I think you get the general idea of what happened to him, why he has such intense hatred for a lot of these various characters, and trust me, he is going to get his revenge even if it kills him. I mean, if the guy is crazy enough to, even after, getting his revenge, then going back and redoing the entire world to do it once again, well, this guy is a little bit off the walls, right? And last episode, we are also introduced to another main female character, one of the main female characters in this show. I'm sure a lot of people will be drawing comparisons to Shield Hero and whatnot. I mean, I'm at fault of this as well, right? At the very beginning, I already said that, because these two are both revenge stories and whatnot, now you got the sort of, Beast Girl monster. Beast Girl? Yeah, I think Beast Girl is a better way to put it. Who's supposed to be cute, supposed to be, and saved from slavery and so on and so forth. But, let's just go forward, right? I have to say that there is still a lot of difference between this new Wolf Girl versus Raphtalia and whatnot. And this harkens back to what I said before. Basically, all the people in this world, in this particular work, are flawed in some way, right? And I think that will be made much more apparent within this episode. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, mature audiences, blah blah blah. Which obviously would explain a lot of things. Alright, this is a pretty early opening. Honestly, to me, this series is going... But that girl obviously will show up later as well. I was gonna say. So honestly, at this point, I don't really think this is a really good adaptation or whatnot. But, I don't know. Just because I like the original work, I feel sort of obligated to watch on. Though, of course, both for you guys and for me, it takes out a little bit of the fun knowing that, I'm not exactly going to this blind. But who knows? Maybe they will make some anime original developments, right? They certainly already diverged a lot from the original work. Well, maybe a lot is an overstatement, but you can definitely notice a difference. Even for someone like me who, this to me is also something I read quite a while ago. Oh, not that long ago, maybe 2 years. And of course, by healing her, he gains all her memories and so on and so forth. Wow, they really went through her backstory real quickly. But in any case, if it wasn't obvious, that's why she harbors hatred and a heart for revenge as well. Oh, by the way, if it wasn't obvious, also, uh, you know, this work also has a lot of, humans versus demi-humans conflict in it as well, right? Like demi-humans or non-humans are persecuted. By the way, if it wasn't obvious where this is eventually gonna go, I mean, it should be obvious to you guys. Especially since they also mention another hint in regards to her power growing and whatnot, right? And this is a hint that we can go all the way back to the first episode to just say. Keyaru's like, this is ironic. Jeez, their faces, the animation. Ugh. That's true. Also a hero. Basically, this whole this whole scene here is also kind of talking about the what's it called, the world mechanics here as well. right? So everybody has their upper limit, and you know. But like I said, this harkens back all the way to the first episode, right? If you guys remember the maids that wanted to bang Keyaru, it's all right. Getting into the censorship parts. Nice music in the background as well, eh? Yeah. And for those of you who are telling me to watch the uncensored version, look, I am not putting that stuff up on YouTube. Alright? No in how I'm gonna put that up in YouTube. And of course, now, yeah, the direct method. Well, have you done what you just did before? I don't think that's the problem here, girl. By the way, I just want to point out here that in no way did Keyaru brainwash her or manipulate her or whatnot. This is just purely because, you know, the lady knows what she wants and she's gonna get it. And of course, all the senseless, yep. Now I can kill them, eh? Like I said, even even in this kind of situation, you know, and a revenge story through and through. And of course the bait worked. And yep, they're all killed. And of course the theatrics as well. Whoosha! By the way, why does he know this? Of course, because he healed a particular person. Hakanai. Hey! Come on, Flare! Oh, this Flare has no qualms about doing this for justice. Just want to say. Yeesh. See, this is also really, really interesting as well, right? I haven't, really gotten far enough to know, like, if that is true or not. What Keyaru here is saying is basically, Flare is supposed to have been born a very innocent and carefree girl, a very pure girl, and it's because of the environment that she's in that caused her to turn into this. It's kind of similar to Keyaru as well, right? Like, in his former life, before he became the hero, he's also a nice guy, a pure-hearted guy, and turned into this because of the country. And of course, these two. Oh, they're not gonna let her say the besides part? Come on! Basically, they should be boning right now. That's why. Ah, there we go. In all honesty, though, Keyaru doesn't really need that. If he wanted to control her directly, he could have done the exact same he did to Flare. This is, of course, the guard. And of course, dang, Norn, she is making a really early appearance. But actually, was that Norn? She seemed a little bit, I don't know if it's just an animation difference or whatnot. She seemed a lot more mature. Alright, anyways, see you guys after this. Well, alright, that's episode 4, and Setsuna has officially joined the party. Now, I will say right now, so even though we do see that, hey, she's also kind of crazy, sort of kind of similar to Keyaru and whatnot, right? She's also, you know, has hatred within her heart and all that. But I have to say, out of all the characters in Redo of Healer, Setsuna is probably one of those that is most aligned with, what can I say, waifu material, if you will. I mean, obviously there's many definitions of waifu material and so on and so forth, but if you are going to find someone who is really much more pure and kind-hearted and whatnot, then really shows it a lot, right? Like, for instance, Keyaru, like, I'm not gonna say he's not kind-hearted, right? He actually is, which you can actually tell by some of the things that he does. But, you know, for him, doing all those other kind-hearted things is if it suits him, right? If it suits him, if it's not going to trouble him, if it's not going to get into his way of other things, he'll do it, right? But when he approaches any kind of situation, his first thought is still, how can I better utilize this to further my revenge, and so on and so forth. So there is a little difference here, whereas with Setsuna, not quite so. And Flare, well, you know, we already saw what the original Flare was. Can you say that this is the true Flare or not? That is actually a good question, right? Which we'll talk a little bit about later. But anyways, Setsuna, welcome to the party. And basically, like I was saying before, she definitely wasn't forced by Keyaru or all that. Can you say he manipulated her, verbally or so on and so forth? Maybe, right? But in any case, it is what it is, and she got her revenge. She got a powerful ally. She's going to be able to grow stronger and stronger as well in the future, which of course is going to be important as well since she is part of the party now. And yeah, I guess it's a mutual relationship, right? Mutually beneficial relationship. Anyways, putting Setsuna aside, so the part about Flare, which they talked a little bit about this episode, and like I said, that's actually an answer that I don't quite know yet. One of the things I do continue to watch the series for, and one thing that I think will be really entertaining in the future, is when there comes a day when Flare might get her memories back, right? And by that time, she'll have been with Keyaru for a long time now. And then it brings back the question which Keyaru himself asked here, right? Is this pure kind-hearted Flare the actual real Flare? And the Flare of the old was actually the Princess Flare was actually she turned out that way as a result of her of her surroundings, of the environment that she grew up in, and so on and so forth, right? That is an interesting question, and I do hope that I'll eventually get the answer to that once I continue on with the series and whatnot. Definitely we won't see the answer to that in this season. We're far away from actually getting anything from completing Keyaru's revenge yet, which by this point it's been confirmed by him as well that he wants to basically heal this nation first, right, and then eventually the world. There's still the entire situation of Demon Lord and so on and so forth, which honestly I haven't gotten into quite yet, right? Although that's probably going to happen earlier than is that actually going to happen in this season though? I actually don't know. I don't think so. I think we're still far away from that, but who knows? They might adapt it at a breakneck speed, right? But in any case, I do wonder like what is going to be the end game for all this, the end game for Flare, and perhaps potentially the end game for Keyaru as well. You could also make an argument that he was kind-hearted, a nice, pure, innocent person, and then because of all he went through, he became the twisted, corrupted individual that he is today. This is kind of getting philosophical and whatnot, right? But hey, it is. I don't know. I find that interesting, right? Because otherwise, it's these things. My channel is already more so focused on these kind of things, and besides, if we didn't have this sort of nuance to it, it would really just be watching Keyaru, get his revenge, which of course he's going to get in the end because main character OP, right? For the next episode though, like what's gonna happen, obviously we see the commander and whatnot, so we're gonna have that to deal with. I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but one other hint that I can say right now is, the fighting style, the person that Keyaru impersonated in this episode, the reason why he was able to use this flashy swordsmanship and whatnot is all because, he healed the person who used this kind of swordsmanship previously, right? I'll let you guys figure out who that one is, and that is also going to be a little bit of trouble going forward and all that. So we have that to look forward to, and also the merchant that was that Keyaru did business with. I do wonder like how exactly like. They made a specific mention here in this episode, right? They specifically said, hey, I was really thinking that merchant would actually jump me or something, or try to swindle me, and how come he didn't do it? That's actually my question as well, because that's also something that actually happened in the original work that is apparently not happening, or they're just moving it to someplace else, or allowing it to manifest in a different form. So potentially we have these changes here. That's also something to look out for as well. And then finally at the very end there, we have a sneak peek of who I believe to be Princess Norn, although I'm not quite sure because she seems a lot more mature than I picture her. She's definitely the younger sister to, Norn is the younger sister to Flare, and, at this point she's not quite supposed to make an appearance yet, but she already made there was already references to her in the last episode, so it's whatever, right? If the anime does want to change some things up, well, they can, as long as they keep the central revenge theme and Keyaru's ruthlessness, and also the way that he treats his allies and those that he trusts and those that he likes/loves, right? I know, you guys will see. Keyaru, for Keyaru, the concept of love and like and whatnot manifested itself a little bit differently, of course. But, you gotta read between the lines to understand Keyaru as a character. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.